Good day, everyone, and Mr. Wo, I'm Lo Yuan. Today, I will present my analysis on how Sun Tzu's strategy principle from the art of the world can still apply in modern business strategy. These presentations focus on Tesla and how the company successfully disrupt the automotive industry by targeting weaknesses and traditional automaker overload. Business competition today is becoming increasingly challenging because many industries are already controlled by large and experienced companies. New firms often struggle to survive when competing directly against these incumbents. Tesla becomes successful because it used a different approach and focused on areas that traditional automakers were slower to recognize and develop. Since the art of the world is the one of the influential strategy in history, although it was originally written by the military warfare, many of its principles are still relevant in business today. One of the important principles is the business should avoid attacking competitors at their strongest area because it usually requires too many resources and given the limited result. Instead, companies should focus on the weaknesses, underserved markets, or opportunity ignored by the competitors. Tesla is a strong example of this strategy because it's entry area that traditional automakers did not prioritize. Largest companies usually possess stronger finance resources, established customer trust, and more advanced operational system. Because of these advantages, smaller firms often face major difficulties when trying to compete directly. Therefore, many challenges companies search for market gaps, changing customer trends, or new technologies that established firms fail and respond too quickly. Sun Tzu compares strategy to water. Water naturally flows through a weak and unprotected area instead of crashing directly into strong obstacle. In business, this means companies should avoid competing directly against a strong competitor in its best area. For example, Kmart tried to compete directly with Walmart through aggressive price reductions. However, Walmart already had stronger cost advantages and supply chains. After spending billions of dollars, Kmart still lost market share. This shows how dangerous it can be to fight a competitor's strongest battlefield. This example clearly demonstrates Sun Tzu's idea that businesses often fail when they compete in areas where their rivals are already stronger. Walmart had spent many years building an efficient logistics and low-cost retail system, made it extremely difficult for Kmart to challenge them. Sun Tzu's ideas are also reflected in modern strategy management theories. Disruptive innovation theory explains that new competitors often begin by target customer ignored by dominant frame. There are five attack strategies: photon attack, flag attack, bypass attack, encirclement attack, and guerrilla attack. Among these, Tesla mainly used frame and bypass strategy. Tesla strategy matched this idea closely because the company did not directly compete against traditional automakers in the mass market at first. Instead, Tesla focused on premium EV and software innovations, allowing it to build the experience and brand value before entrance. However, Sun Tzu principle also have limitations. First, identifying a competitor's real weakness is not easy. If companies misunderstood the market, they may enter unprofitable needs and fail completely. And second, modern competition is more complicated than traditional two-player rivalry. Today, competitors may also depend on each other through ecosystem partnership and shared technology. In modern industry, companies often collaborate and compete at the same time. For example, firms may share technology, supplier, or infrastructure while still competing for market share. This makes modern competitions more complex than simple rivalry described in traditional warfare strategy. Tesla was founded in 2003 and launched its first vehicle, the Roadster, in 2008. By 2023, Tesla delivered more than 1.8 million vehicles worldwide and generated over USD 97.7 billion in revenue. At its peak in 2021, Tesla market value exceeds USD 1 trillion even surpassing the combination value of several traditional automakers. Tesla achieved this not by copying incumbent, but by following a very different strategy. The Roadster played an important role because it proved that electronic vehicle could also be high performance and attractive product. Tesla rapid growth later convinced many investors and consumers that EV represent the future directions of the automotive industry. Traditional automakers such as Toyota and General Motors had major advantages. They had decades of experience in internal consumption, engineering, manufacturing, strong supply chains, dealer network, and powerful brands. However, these strengths also created variances. Many companies researched electronic vehicle, but they didn't fully commit because EV threatened their existing ICE business profits. As a result, they become too dependent on old technology and slow to adapt to changing the market expectations. Tesla's first major strategy was a frank attack. Instead of entering the mass market immediately, Tesla focused on the premium EV segment. The Roadster was launched in 2008 at around USD 109,000. Traditional automakers did not pay much attention to this niche market. This gave Tesla time to improve its technologies, engineering capability, supply chains, and brand image before facing stronger competitions. The premium EV segment allowed Tesla to attack early adopters who were willing to accept the limitations of early electronic vehicle technologies. During this stage, Tesla gradually improved its production system and brand reputations while traditional automakers continue focusing mainly on ICE vehicle. Tesla also used a bypass strategy by redefining what a car is. Instead of treating vehicle merely as mechanical product, Tesla approached car as software platform. It completes through over-the-air software updates, autopilot system, and integrate digital experience. Tesla also bypassed traditional dealership system by selling directly through its own showrooms and online platform. This approach allowed Tesla to create a very different customer experience compared to traditional automaker. The company focused strongly on digital technology and direct customer relationship, while many incumbents still rely heavily on dealership system and mechanical engineering advantages. Another important strategy was the concentration of attack. Tesla focused heavily on battery production because battery costs were the largest barrier to EV adoptions. The Nevada Gigafactory announced in 2014 aimed to reduce battery costs through large-scale manufacturing. Between 2010 and 2023, EV battery costs fell by over 90%, helped EV become more affordable and competitive. Tesla understood the battery costs were one of the biggest issues preventing mass EV adoptions. By investing heavily in large-scale battery productions, Tesla aimed to reduce costs and strengthen its long-term competitive advantages in the EV market. Tesla did not success in every situation. The Cybertruck represents a move into the pickup truck market, an area long dominated by Ford and General Motors. This company already has strong dealer network, supply chain, and customer base in this segment. Tesla faced operational challenge and learned that even strong strategy principle cannot eliminate all business difficulties. This shows that strategy principles alone are not always enough to guarantee success. Entering a market where competitors already posted strong customer loyalty and industry experience can still create major operational and competitive difficulties. Tesla strongly reflects Sun Tzu's strategy principle and focus on areas ignored by the traditional automakers, including premium EV, software-based vehicle, direct sales, and battery technology. However, Tesla's success was also supported by the government's incentive, environment policy, and advance in battery technologies. Today, Chinese EV companies such as BYD are creating a strong competition, showing that competitive advantage is never permanent. In conclusion, the core idea of Sun Tzu's strategy is competitive efficiency. Business should avoid direct confrontation with stronger competitor and instead focus on overload opportunity and weaknesses. Tesla successfully applied this principle by targeting areas traditional automakers ignore. At the same time, Tesla experience also showed that competitive advantages can change over time and new challenges come in. Tesla demonstrates how company can success by identifying gaps and opportunity that stronger competitor overload instead of directly competing and gets them in their strongest area. However, this case also shows that the competitive advantages is temporary. Thank you for your attention and have a good day.